The dollar's absolutely in meltdown mode right now. It's at 104.22 and we're seeing it tank. We're seeing bond yields tank. They're at down 3.68%, stock market up 2%. So meltdown in the dollar, meltdown in bond yields. We're seeing a melt up in stocks, and Bitcoin right now is kind of flat. So we're going to go over this today because this week is going to spell some volatility and some nice action. This whole month is. I mean, yesterday with XRP was crazy. We had let's see how big the move was up. It's about a 15% move up for XRP and then right back down. We actually were able to catch that move in the Discord proof of receipts. We caught it and we're able to kind of take profits off it and not get burned on the way down on that. But I'm looking to strike on XRP because I think that was a precursor to what's about to happen in the near future here. So if you're new here, subscribe with the notification bell, leave a like and a comment. We're going to dive into it today. So starting off with the dollar, clearly melting down right now, very reminiscent of back here when we topped. If you even look at the structure that's happening right now, very similar. So you know what I mean? So we've done our head, our shoulder, head and shoulder, and then a breakdown of the neckline here like that, just like we did during this time. And it was a complete meltdown. And that was about November 10th of 2022, and it's crazy how just time and how a year later, about November 14th, we're doing the same exact thing. And remember how the dollar and the Stargate signals had that sell right here. It hit the top. The Stargate signals had been crushing it. Hit the bottom here, hit the top. And just like how on this first shoulder we had the sell, just like back here the sell. So when I see the Stargate signals flash the signal, whether it be a sell or a buy, I'm taking it very seriously because time and time again it proves to be accurate as hell. So dollar meltdown, we're on the daily chart, likely going to come down to 103.6. If we can break through that, watch out below for the dollar. And look at this momentum, totally just curling down, TSI below the zero line. And this is definitely set in stone as far as, look at this 3-day, just totally ripping down. If we go to the weekly chart, crossing down on the TSI, guys, we're ready for fireworks. If this dollar melts down like it's about to do right now, we're ready for fireworks. Then let's go to the bond yields, because bond yields finally got that 1 week TSI cross down that we were waiting for to say, hey, bond yields are now officially melting down. We have to wait for the weekly candle close, but look what we got. We got a 1 week sell now on the bond yields, just like back here, November 21st, the week of November 21st, 2022. Had the sell now. Where are we at right now? We're in November 13th. So next week would be the week of the 21st. But look how time just repeats itself over and over again. Even the Stargate signals are catching it. So likely bonds direction is lower, dollar direction is lower. Then if we look at the stock market here, we had this bull flag pattern that we were watching, and we broke out above the top of the flag, and now we're pressing up higher. So we're about to, if we can get above this high over here, then we're going to come right up to these previous all-time highs in 2022, and then we could even see new all-time highs for the US NAS 100. So crazy times. 3-day just crossed up above the zero line, TSI ripping up, MACD going green, and stock market direction looks higher. Bond yields look lower, dollar looks lower. If we look at Bitcoin, we have 3-day sell warnings, but still no sell now yet. So until we get that sell now yet, direction is higher. And we see that the extension levels for the Fib forecaster, we're at the 1618 extension and the 4236 extension. So if we can break up above here, it's likely our next target is 48K, 47 to 48K. And we have a target of this from this falling wedge here that brings us to 47, 48K. So likely that would be the next stop if we can melt up through this 37.5K. And supposedly there's a window for a Bitcoin ETF approval. It's likely if we get that, we'll melt up to this level. But I think that would be the top for momentarily, and then we'll come back down. I think it's a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. And the day of where we see that approval, we'll melt up to 47K to 50K. But I don't think we'll just rip right through it and head to new all-time highs. I think it will catch a lot of people sideways. If we melt up to there, a lot of people hear the news, then it'll come back down and kind of go sideways, and then for the new year, rattle on up. So that's where we're gonna head next for Bitcoin. If we can press up through that 37, 38K, and we want to hold like around 35K, and then worst case scenario 34K. And then if there was a crash or anything like that, I think it would only really bring us down to 32K before heading up again like that. And then if we look at XRP is wedging right now. We have these highs getting lower and lower and lower. We have these lows getting higher, higher, and higher. We had like a breakout. We came back down into it. And right now there's only about, by the end of today, we're going to finish up this wedge. So we're going to have to see what the move is going to be. But I think it's going to be to the upside, because I think we saw a little precursor there from that rip up. And my opinion is that eventually we're going to see XRP spot ETF, and these institutions will have to buy billions of XRP spot on the market, and that's going to rip up the price. And we saw what would happen if that's the case, because it was like a false rumor that BlackRock was doing it. But to me, the next big XRP pump comes from like a settlement of that institutional sales portion of the lawsuit, and then we're going to see what's going on with Bitcoin, what's going on with Ethereum, with the spot Bitcoin and spot Ethereum ETF. I think we're going to see that for XRP, and that's going to lead to the next massive pump for XRP, as we saw 15% in like 10 minutes. So we have this wedge coming down, but also we have this trend line coming up like this. And now's the moment for XRP if it's going to do anything. And it's going to come from Bitcoin pressing up and the dollar and the bond yields continue to melt down. But Bitcoin needs to stay stable or go up for this to happen. If Bitcoin takes a dump, then the whole market will still dump, but I believe it'll be bought up quick and we can continue rallying on upwards. So I'll be keeping you guys updated in the Discord. I'll be in Greece City today with the dog. So come over to Discord if you're not already in it, and I'll see you guys over there and in the next video.